Alright, good morning YouTube and welcome back to another Bullish Bears live stream. Today, this is where you get the best and most current perspective on analysis from a community standpoint. From me, from Jeremy, from everybody. Me, Jeremy, Sig's gonna start doing a little more too with us as well. Really great, really great and strong team. Wow, I'm looking at Meta. Meta's gap down $5. Those put options we saw the other day at 300. Here we saw. I made a trade plan on our Discord community. Let's see, right under watch lists for Meta. Said Meta looking weak on the daily. On the 2 hour, it's creating lower highs. I do like the current range of 300 to 307. If we break, I would play puts targeting 295.55 if we break structure below 300, right? And what we get? We got that break below structure. So this is what I was looking at before it happened, right? So I saw that we kept holding this area. We came down, we were holding this area. But then this day opened and we gapped down. And what happened was we kept trying to break above this area, but we failed, and we kept creating these lower highs. So we would have entered some puts over here for around 140. And what happened for the next few days? Meta just dropped just 300 to 296 and to 294 in that single day. And then the next day opened and it went even further. So that's just a 1 day swing. We bought it 2 days ago, Wednesday. Could have closed it yesterday. So it went from 140 to 10, which means it's $140 for one contract. Then it closed yesterday at $1,000 per contract. It's $860 in return. That is a 714% return on investment. And I said yesterday too, I said I think we're probably even going to go lower on this. And now if we take a look right here, bid and ask on Meta is 280, which means we're going to open at 280 down here, which means that put option is probably going to be $13 per contract. Again, guys, we got in at 140. Now it's going to be 1200, which is huge. Really wish I bought a bunch of them, because damn, that would have been a good trade. Let me get this back over there. Let me get TradingView back up here. I do want to look. Let's do a quick little TA real quick. On let's do, so I have my save grid. I want that saved as charts. And now let us, I like to use the two big charts, which are just two big ones that are connected to each other. So when I change one, it changes both. So now I could sort of get rid of some old drawings. You can see that this 195 did not hold, so I'm going to remove these. And once I remove drawings, I'm able to then create some new ones. I'm able to create some new areas to look for. This 178, I'm probably going to keep as a key level. No, I actually like, let's go right here as a key level. Let's go right here, right there. And the reason for that, guys, the reason and how I find my key levels, right, we're looking at the daily right now. This is the 2 hour in comparison. Is I look for areas that held as consolidation, and it doesn't really matter if we broke it, right? Like, say we broke it a couple times, but then we held it. Because a lot of times our support and resistance levels will be broken to try to grab liquidity before we continue in trend, right? But obviously, look how strong Apple was on the day. So I'm expecting another really strong move to the downside today, guys. Let's see. I do want us to pull back though, and guys, please ignore when I pull up the ESNQ charts, a lot of these zones are old, and the reason for that is because I'm using TradingView to trade futures, so a lot of these zones are older because I haven't used them in a while. So let's make this light blue, and again, HSL, we want to bring the transparency up to about 70. That way, when the candles go into the zone, we could see the candles. Delete that 2-hour zone. Alright, morning YouTube, morning everybody, how's it going? Bullish Bears Kevin here. Another great webinar, great stream for today. I am expecting more downside in the market, but as Pedro, a member, pointed out yesterday, we had, where is it? He mentioned something about the put call ratio. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. He mentioned how put call ratio closing at 0.92 today. We might get some retracements tomorrow to the upside, right? So sort of like a short squeeze situation. A lot of people are short in the market. Market has been selling off. So we might get a little pop before we continue lower. Something I would consider on Apple is to play short off of this trend line. So you see how here we had 1 touch, 2 touches, 3 touches. We need 3 touches to confirm a trend line or a price level. Once we have those 3 touches, the price level and trend line are confirmed. Then what we do is we use it as support while we're above, and when we break it, we could use it as resistance. Let's take a look real quick, see if we got anything on Apple. I'm liking right here for a 1-hour supply zone. I'm going to mark that out as red. I'm going to go over to this one. And we're going to make it 1H, it's just 1 hour. Show on the right. And boom. Next we're going to throw the rectangle up. And what we do here, right, because what I just did was I connected the rectangle to the top to the bottom, so it connects the whole candle, but we don't see the rectangle over here yet, and the reason for that is we have to right click it, hit edit properties, we go over to the bottom right, and we do the endpoint, and we just pull it over a few months, and then we have our area. So that's sort of the range I'm giving Apple right now. I'd prefer a rejection off this 175.50 level, but if we break through with strength and momentum because of a potential short squeeze, I will be looking for this 177.86 to play some put options. Let's get into, do you guys want me to go over some futures setups? You want me to go over some more equities?
Could you do futures, please?
For sure. Absolutely. Let's go over some futures. And let's see. So futures wise, I had ES, we were in this big falling wedge, right? So we had this upper trend line, we had this bottom trend line, and we were respecting it for a while, and we actually took a bunch of really great trades off of these trend lines. And I was anticipating a pop from this falling wedge. However, we got to remember that price action and chart patterns a lot of times don't play out, and when they don't play out, they fail. So what happens is this level where it held up once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, this trend line held up 6 times as support. So when we broke it, it worked as resistance very well, right? It gave us this pullback, it gave us this very great entry. That entry also lined up with the lower highs. We were able to take this short and net about net about 57 points to the next demand zone, right? And this demand zone bounced a little bit, but then we continued lower. And the reason for that is because lately we have been failing demand zones. Now, supply and demand, guys, is not a lock-in thing. It's just a tool that I use to help gauge the market sentiment, what we're doing. Are we creating demands? Are we creating supplies? Are demands being respected? Are demands being broken? And so on. So today my trade plan on ES is I want us to pull back to this green demand zone, right? So the reason I'm leaving this on my chart right here is because now I'm going to use this demand as supply. If we do break through, however, we do have another 3-hour supply zone right here, but I am really more ideal on playing this green zone as a supply zone today. And then the next 4-hour demand zone we have is this one down here. And after that demand zone, guys, if we break through that demand zone, we have a gap on futures that ends right at 42.98, right? So that would be a pretty big gap that has to be filled on futures. But a lot of times what I notice is we'll start to fill a gap and then the market will reverse because a lot of people are anticipating that we continue lower. And when the market has anticipation like that, it gets rolled. It gets reversed. People are getting in, and then people get stopped out. Let's see. So that's my analysis on ES today, is to play this range from here, 43.76 area to 43.39. And I'm just going to share that with the community, make sure that everybody sees it. So I'm going to throw it in the watch list section for you guys. If you want to give me just one moment. We broke out of the falling wedge yesterday and used the bottom trend line as resistance, was support. Today I'll be looking to short the broken. Morning, Antonio. What's going on? How's it going? Today I'll be looking to short the broken 3-hour demand zone at, what's that, 437775. If we break above, and another reason I would want to short that demand zone, guys, is because if we do come back up to this 3-hour supply zone, we'd be getting really close to the previous swing high, right? So we have a lower high here, a lower high here, a lower high here, another lower high here. So I want us to come below, and I want us to come back up and create another lower high near this key level or this demand zone. Alright, so that's that. What time is it? We got 5 minutes, so that's just enough time to go over NASDAQ as well. Let me just type in real quick. Broken 3-hour is 437775. Three-hour supply is going to be 438450, and it's going to be hard for me to take any long positions today because of how strong the bear moves have been. So I don't really want to fight that trend, because we got to remember, guys, the trend is our friend. Trend is our friend until the end of the trend. And for my targets, guys, I always use, if I'm shorting the market, I always use a demand zone or a key level as a target. And if I'm going long in the market, I target a supply zone or a key level as well. So those zones, they aren't keys. They are keys to the market, right? They're pieces of the puzzle, but they're not the whole puzzle. They're not everything. You don't need supply, demand, and then that's all you need. You need to understand how order flow works. You need to understand how the market moves. You need to understand price action. You need to understand higher highs, lower lows, what kind of context the market is giving us, and use that along with supply and demand to make those great trades. Right. 6950. All right, so that's ES. I got a yes on there. Now let's go over the NASDAQ, the NQ. Now the NASDAQ, it was in this falling channel for a while. Then it sort of started to come back higher, broke out of it, and created another supply zone, right? Now we're at the bottom of this channel. This trend line held up 1, 2, 3 times, right? So that's the confirmation. Now we're below it. I'm sort of expecting a pullback here, right? So let's see if we could find, let's first delete this. Is broken. This is broken. Broken. And I'm going to get rid of these key levels. Just that one right there. And I'm going to keep this one because I do need another one in there. And get rid of this one as well. NASDAQ is still falling right now. Let's see if there's any demand zones I might have missed. No, so NASDAQ is in its own gap, right? So NASDAQ also had that gap the same time that ES had that gap. However, NASDAQ is already trying to fill that gap. But it is pre-market. We got 2 minutes till market open. So I'll be a little quick with this. Let's start with the, let's go with the 8 hour real quick, right? So I see a nice 8 hour zone right here. And the reason I say this is a nice one is because it was a really nice small body and it had a really nice long wick on top. And when we have that long wick on top, that signifies selling pressure. And a lot of people who were long on this candle because they thought this was the reversal candle now got stopped out, and their stop orders helped to fuel our move lower. So this is the 8 hour, and let's put our rectangle and make that red. All right, so let's go into a lower time frame, try to see if we have any other supply zones we might be able to use intraday. 2 hour, 3 hour, 1 hour. So I'm not the biggest fan of this 1 hour zone, and that's sort of because we chopped before it as well. So I would look for a higher time frame, maybe a 90 minute, nothing on the 90 minute. Maybe we'll go back to the 2 hour, 3 hour, give us something. 4 hour? See, I'm not that big of a fan of how the zones were made. However, just because it didn't make a clean zone. Alright, so this one's sort of clean, but this would only be clean as a 6 hour if this candle closed much lower. So we would need that continuation, because look, this candle closes in 2.5 hours. And market opens now. So let's get that going. Let's get us on the 5 minutes so we can see if we got any good trade setups coming up. And let's pull up our equities as well. Do you guys want to see like a different chart layout? Do you guys want me to do like, so you see how I have, oh my god, meta. Yo, let's check out those meta puts real quick, guys. 'Cause I can assure you they are deep in the money now. $17.95 on the ass, guys. $17.95. That's $1,700 for those contracts that we got in at 140 at. That's insane. Would you guys want me to do like a few equities and then ES and NQ on these charts, or do you want me to keep the equities separate like I have been doing, and we'll use it just like this?
Keep it the same, Kevin.
Okay.
Consistency is key and all that.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely, Victoria. Alright, so again, I wanted to see some pullback. We are above this trend line. VIX is very high up there. So again, it's very unpredictable. The higher the VIX is, right, we should see a lower market push, but the higher it is, the more unpredictable the market can be as well. So I'm just staying patient. I want a good setup today. It is Friday. The market has been selling off lately, so there's a good chance that we might chop around a bit today. But I'm watching this VWAP, this key level, just waiting, just staying patient. Remember, I wanted to short this broken demand zone, and I kept this demand zone there because it did hold up a couple of times. Now that we broke it, I'm expecting demand to work as supply, just like we would have support work as resistance. So I am waiting for this zone. I am going to set some sort of short position entry, have our stop loss there. Our next take profit would be, first would be low of day, but after that I would look to target this 4-hour demand zone, which would make this a 5-to-1 trade, but this first target would be a 3-to-1, which is again a great trade setup. So I'm just staying patient on that. Look at NASDAQ just pumping away. Really good stuff. I just gotta move this for 1 second because my Trade-O-8's on there. Alright. Alright. Really great stuff on that MetaTrader earlier, guys. That's crazy.
Can I ask a quick question about charting, Kevin?
Absolutely.
On trading zone. Did you get a gap on the daily round about the Thursday or Friday, the 9th of July?
9th of July.
It's there. Just move your cursor to the left slightly. Down.
Down?
Left,
You talking about this
down.
one?
Yeah, that one there.
Yeah, so that is a gap, and that is something we'll be watching, because also NASDAQ created that gap as well, but NASDAQ already started to try to get within that gap, whereas ES is not there yet. ES is a bit higher up.
Are we expecting that gap to be filled at some point, though, yeah?
I would definitely say so, but I wouldn't be like, okay, we're gonna fill it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna...
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying all gaps have to be filled eventually, isn't it?
Yeah, normally, but don't let it sway you. You know what I'm saying? Especially on equities, because a lot of times we'll see gaps on equities that don't get filled for a long time. Like, Nvidia is a great example. Nvidia just shot up like a cannon, and it just went crazy. So it's something to keep an eye on for sure.
So just note it. Okay, thanks,
Yep.
Kevin.
Nice. I just messaged one of our other members, C Trader. I don't know if you guys remember him because he hasn't been in the chat for a little bit. I said, hey, what's going on? He said, good, been doing well. I got 3 funded accounts now, 2 at the 25K, 1 at the 50K. I started back school on Monday and I'm in class most of the day except for Fridays, but I've been trading the afternoon session and been doing well with supply and demand. So that is awesome. Exactly what I like to hear. Alright, so look, we have NASDAQ rejected this trend line, but we did not get that area of interest on ES yet. So if the market continues lower, I will just look for another setup. Let's check out the 15 minute. What's the 15 doing? Always good to be aware of the higher time frames, guys. And YouTube, guys, don't forget, remember to stay active in the Bullish Bears community. Share your blogs, share our blogs, check out our YouTube. You know, we just dropped a few videos for you guys as well. Where is that? YouTube. I know I dropped yesterday a video on how to use the comparison study, and I know our homie Sig dropped a great video on how to use the DOM to trade options. I know a few of you were asking how to do that. And Trade-O-8 for order flow tips and tricks. So really good stuff coming out, and we got more content on the way. So I'm just staying patient right here. Again, VIX is at some new highs, so it's going to be hard for me to play any long positions, because when VIX is higher, the market is weaker. So again, I'm going to be looking for this area to enter. and we'll see how that plays out. So it's like right there. Cool beans. And that does sort of line up. If we check the 30-minute, we sort of have a 30-minute supply zone right here, right? So I am going to be watching that 30-minute supply zone, because if we push into this zone really strong, I'm going to look for us to break into this zone and then take a short based off the 30-minute supply zone. See, we have to be prepared, guys, and we have to have trade plans for as much as we could think of. We want to be ready. If this, then this. If this doesn't, then I'll look for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, all different types of styles, all different types of trade plans. We just have to be prepared. I'm not seeing anything too clean on the NASDAQ supply-wise, so just being wary of that. You guys prefer I keep the 5-minute up or the 15-minute?
5.
5, cool, cool. I'm not totally against playing the long position, and the reason for that would be because, obviously, a lot of people in the market, a lot of retail traders, even big institutional traders, are very short on the market, and the best time to go long is when people are shorting, and vice versa. But that doesn't mean to go against trend, so we do have to stay patient. Because look, ES and NASDAQ both created new lower lows, right? So I'm just staying patient on this. No reason to fight the trend. On the 30-minute, where is our next higher low? Right over here. So again, I'm going to be looking to start my position of shorts in this area, and I'll add on if it moves higher. Let's see. But if we're really strong going into that, I might reconsider and I might just stay a little patient. How are equities doing? Equities are pretty weak at the moment. We have Apple is inside of the 195 demand zone, right? So we gapped down and we broke it. So I would look for this demand zone to work as supply now. I would look for a short position in here unless we break through with strength. Tesla had a gap down. Let's see if it wants to fill that gap. A lot of equities are sort of trying to push higher, but I just don't trust it. And guys, that MetaTrade, $1,800 for a contract we got at 140 2 days ago. That swing trade would have been golden. Would have been golden, pony boy. Alright, we're getting some pumps. VIX is trying to drop, but again, I'm not going to be looking to play any long positions unless we really do have that momentum. So I'm going to be watching, watch how this candle closes. If we get a candle closure above this trend line on the NASDAQ and a strong candle on ES, I may consider taking a long position on the next candle if we wick back first. But that would be a scalp. If I'm counter trend trading, I'm scalping. Yeah, equities are very weak here. Apple's getting weak again inside that zone. Just staying patient. Staying patient. What time is it? Do we have a new 15-minute? Not yet. We got 5 minutes till we get a new 15-minute candle. Check out how the 15-minute's looking. Alright, what's the 30-minute doing? Alright, 1 hour. Alright. Just because we're pushing higher doesn't mean I'm going to go bullish. Gotta remember trend being our friend. Let's see if NASDAQ does want to push higher, though. Because of where Apple's at, I'm definitely not going to get in a long position on NASDAQ because Apple's a big contributor to NASDAQ. So I did want to get a short position in here and target the next demand zone. If we're looking at options, right, it's 0 day today, so they're cheap AF. So what would our target be? 171. So we could even get the 170 contract for just 10, 11 cents, which is 10 or $11. And it has a delta of 10. So if we started to move and got that dollar move, we're going to have 100% return on investment. Does look like we're getting weak here on equities. We had a drop, a base, and now a drop on Microsoft. Microsoft looks very weak. Equities are looking very weak, and that's why I was not taking a long position. Just staying patient. Just staying patient, because it also didn't give me my area where I wanted to enter. So I'm staying patient regardless. If it wants to reverse and start pushing lower now, quote unquote, without me, it's not really pushing without me. It's just reversing. And then I'll be able to trade the next 5-minute candle or two. All depends on trend, all depends on the strength of the market, and so on. What's going on, everybody in the Discord? How's it going? Any of you got any questions? Let me know. What's going on, Ryan, RP, Zuzu, or Zozo, I apologize. Victoria, Habibi, John, Justin, Melcat. Is that, who's that? Madcar, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a good day. Mr. Lee, hello, hello. Mr. Motorhead, Nicole. Hope you guys are all having a good day and a good trading week. It is Friday, and guys, don't forget that we do have a webinar tomorrow, and it's going to be the part 2 of last week's webinar. Last week's webinar, we covered how to build a trading strategy. This week will be a part 2 of that, and we're going to go over building an actual trading strategy. So, a strategy as an example, right? So, like, what we put together to make this strategy, how we use that strategy, and how we create different strategies based on different time frames. So if this candle does close as a rally, a basing, which would be a small body right here and a long lower wick, I'm going to look to play longs, and it's going to be a scalp, right? So it's going to be a long position. Oh wait, wrong one. Long position would be, I'd enter wherever the candle closes, I'd have my stop at the low, and I would target this zone. So it would be a scalp, but it would be a nice little 2-to-1. So that's what I'd look for on the next candle if we close up here. If we don't close up there, I will look for some short positions. I'll see how strong the VIX is, how weak the NASDAQ and ES are, and that's what I would do there. Oh, it's winter over there in Australia, Nicole. See, it's cool how the world works, you know? Not to sound like nerdy or weird or whatever, but definitely interesting. To see how we're holding this key level on the NASDAQ. Strong moves. So now if it closes as a hanging man, which would be a long lower wick, a small upper body, I'd consider a short position off of VWAP, but we got 2 seconds till closure. Yeah, I might try to scalp that. It'll really depend. It'll really depend if we want to hold. Which we're just looking very weak right now. I'll start a small position, a really, really small position, like right over here. So that's my entry point. But probably going to stop out of this due to the fact of how weak we are, right? So just staying patient. Got my stop loss in. I'm waiting. Waiting. Because our stop loss is at the bottom of that candle. And again, if we stop out, so be it. The reason I'm entering that is based off the rally, the base, and then a potential rally, and that NASDAQ's holding a key level. I don't like, however, how weak equities are, but I'm trading based off of this price action. And if we do start pushing higher, I will add contracts to my position. If we don't push higher, I will just stop out, because all I did was create a starting position. When we create a starting position, that has to be very light in size, whether it's a quarter of your regular size, a half of your regular size, something that we could stop out of and not have an issue with. And this again would be a scalp. This is a 4-to-1 scalp on that right there. I'm going to wait to see if we get another little pullback, and then I might even add to my contracts because it's a 4-to-1 risk to reward, right? So when we have good risk to reward trades, we're really able to have extra contracts because our stop is so tight. So just staying patient on this. I did just grab another couple contracts, but again, doesn't change my stop loss. My stop loss is still this candle's low. I'm watching the VIX. VIX is a little choppy at the moment. Equities are weak. Apple is weak. Microsoft's sort of trying to bounce. Meta is weak. Apple weak. Tesla sort of weak, but getting some wicks to try to push higher. So again, I'm just staying patient on this. Using equities and NASDAQ to help gauge my ES trade. Adding my sell stops in, so if it does break structure, I am just stopped out immediately, because we don't know if it's just going to gap, or just not gap, but shoot down strong with strength, right? Alright, let's see if we want to get that rally. Got a minute 46 left in the 5 minute. Just staying patient on this, guys. Staying patient. Minute 30 left. Good stuff, good stuff. That's what we like to see right there. Boom. Beautiful. Really nice stuff, guys. Really good stuff. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go hit that target now. Not now, but at some point. I'm going to set my first sell order. Is going to be right here to get out of half of my contracts, and then I'm going to ride the others to see if we want to go hit that 30-minute supply zone. Just got to remember too, a lot of people are short in the market. A lot of people think the market is weak right now. Alright, so let's see. Let's see. Staying patient. Apple looking like it's trying to pump too, right off of VWAP. Amazon off of an area of interest, AOI, right? Amazon had this area of interest it gapped down into. We have Meta holding above this demand zone. Just got to be patient on this, guys. Be so patient. Remember, because we're going against the trend, we want to scalp it. We want to be in and out. Nice drop on the VIX right there. Definitely giving me more confidence in this trade. Nice, nice. Good stuff, good stuff. I'm thinking of exiting one at this key level, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait for that zone to hit, because that's my first target. There we go. There we go. Oh, so close. And boom, target hit out of half of my contracts. Great trade so far, guys. Great trade.
Awesome, Kevin. It's like
There.
watching, it's like watching a master at work.
Thank you, thank you. I try. Try. So now we're staying patient because now we have this area of interest that I wanted to short. And we also have NASDAQ rejecting VWAP right here. So I'm staying super patient. I am moving my stop loss to not even break even. Right now my stop loss is above right near this candle. So now my stop loss will be green as well if we come back and stop out of this trade. So we're just staying patient on this. It's definitely a great trade. What's going on, YouTube? Hello, everyone. How's it going? See if we want to push a little higher again. NASDAQ, nice rejection off of VWAP, but I'm staying patient. We got 3 minutes and 16 seconds left in the 5 minutes. There's no reason to rush out. Nice, Jeremy's making some nice 1-for-1s too. Everybody's doing well, love to see it. That's what community's all about, yes sir. But now we got weak Apple. Apple is still weak inside that zone that I was using as supply. So I'm definitely going to look to probably scale out the rest of these contracts if we push into this zone one more time. I might even reverse my trade so I'm in some short entries. Oh man, but we still got 2.5 minutes on the 5 minutes. So if NASDAQ wants to hold this trend line, that would be great. And see what we could do from there. VIX is trying to break out of this range right here to go lower. That would suggest that we may go higher. So I'm really just staying patient on this. I moved my stop loss. I'm staying patient. I scaled it out of some of my trade. Locked in some profits. We're doing well on this. Two minutes in the 5 minute. NASDAQ, look, just retested this trend line. Let's see if it wants to hold. Coming near it again. Apple trying to sell, but Apple's having trouble too. A lot of equities are having trouble going lower right now. Except Nvidia's not making a nice move lower. This candle's trying to push red. Not going to get stopped out. NASDAQ below that trend line again. Not a fan of that. But I'm just staying patient. No reason to get out of this trade yet. Minute 30 left in the 5 minute. And if it reverses, my stop loss is now right here. So this is a winning trade regardless. But I don't believe bears will have full control of this. We got a minute 14 left. Let's stay patient. If we do get one more pump, I will look to reverse my trade in here so I'm short in this area because that was my original trade plan, was to go short in that area. And I should have followed that plan, right? Because that would have been a great entry so far. Would have caught the top potentially if we continue lower. So I'm just staying patient, guys. Really staying patient right now. 45 seconds left in the 5 minute. Sellers are stepping in. VIX is trying to pop back up higher. 30 seconds left. Apple's getting weak. Equities are weak. Nvidia weak. Meta is now wicking its demand zone that I had. We're coming a bit lower. Bouncing around. Bounce with me. Bounce with me. 18 seconds left in the 5 minute. Nice little countdown there. Moving my stop up just a couple ticks. So I'm not a fan of how that candle closed on ES. I do believe we're going to go lower from there. So I am going to look to reverse my trade at a certain point. But I'm going to stay patient. I do want one more pump up to that area of interest. If we don't get that, we will have to see. Alright, yeah, so I stopped out for profits on that long trade. I'm going to reverse it and try a short trade, right? Just with one contract for now. I will add on as I see fit, but that could be, look, a liquidity grab candle. So staying patient. Entry point was now down here. Stop loss I'm going to have up here. And yeah, that's going to be the trade I'm in. Now we flipped our longs to shorts, and we are staying patient. We're doing our thing. Sellers have been in control lately, so we are definitely staying patient. Really good short entry on that. I'm glad I reversed the trade. NQ at key level. Staying patient. We'll look to add more contracts to the short position. I want to wick higher first. Nice strong move on the VIX. I'll add another couple contracts on that based off of the strength of the selling pressure we have. So now because I'm adding contracts, it moves my entry point down a little bit. I like the strength that the NASDAQ has. I like the strength that now Apple is rejecting that zone. Microsoft is low, trying to make a new low a day. Nvidia's at low a day. A lot of stocks are looking weak. Meta's looking weak again too. We'll consider adding more contracts to this trade. Good trade so far. Entry point right here and a few contracts. Nice drops, nice drops. Gotta remember, guys, the drops have been a lot stronger than the pops lately because bears have had control. So I'm not going to add any more to this trade until this candle closes. And the reason for that is because if we do get a trend back lower, we're going to get multiple 5-minute candles. And I don't want to keep entering into strength because once we enter into strength, we're shorting at the lows right here. And we don't know if it's going to break these wicks. This is a Good, come back up to my entry point. Let me get some more. Because we got a minute 26 left, right? So let's just be patient. I like that push higher. I want it to be a bull trap. I want us to continue lower on this candle. But we have that trend line on NASDAQ that could hold us up. Let's see. Just staying patient. What's going on, John? What's going on, Jimmy? What's going on, YouTube? Yeah, definitely hit that like button. I do appreciate it. We got 45 seconds left in the 5-minute. I want this candle to close somewhere over here. Good stuff, good stuff. Hello, hello. Hey, good morning, guys. What's going on? I see a few more people just joined in the Discord. Hello, what's going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a good day and had a good trading week. It is Friday. TGIF. Don't forget, guys, we got our webinar tomorrow. Gonna build some trading strategies with you guys. So that's gonna be fun. Alright, that was a great candle closure. I want another pop back up to near my entry so I could add more contracts. Seeing how weak the market is, though, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get that, but I'm staying patient. There we go. There we go. I want pullbacks when I'm short. I want pullbacks when I'm long. Pullbacks are healthy. Pullbacks stop people out. When people get stopped out, that's where we should be entering. Definitely considering grabbing more shorts right here before this candle gives us a stronger drop, but I did want to stay patient. I'll either stay patient till Apple starts to drop, or I'll stay patient for a pullback and add on the pullback. Move my stop loss to right here. Apple's still a bit strong, so I am expecting a bit of a pullback. Yeah, I'm gonna try to add some contracts right around here. Which again, when you add contracts, it pulls your entry point lower. We got how much time in this 5 minute, 3 minutes in this 5 minute. Yeah, give us a good pullback. Let's get this candle green for a second. That'd be ideal. Nvidia's selling off pretty good right now. Those 0 days on Nvidia are probably doing well. Apple trying to pull back. I'd want Apple to pull back and retest this zone and then continue lower. Come on, Apple, give us that proper pullback. Meta just going lower, guys. Those Meta contracts that we swung the other day must be crazy right now. Alright, Apple with a strong push higher, thinking it's trying to stop people out. I do want our candles to go green on ES for a moment so I could add more contracts. VIX with some strength higher. See if Apple wants to reject. Let me try to add right there. I'll add a few more. So now my base entry is right here. And if we do push green on this candle, I will look to add as well. Bears have been in control. I want to be on the right side of this trade. I have my stop loss. I know how much I'm willing to lose. I know how much I'm willing to make. So I'm just staying patient and I'm trading with the trend. Nice pop on the VIX. Staying patient. Great trade so far. Nice. Good drops, guys. Good drops. But now we have NASDAQ making a low of day, and ES is not at its low of day. So that's something I'd be really careful with. Because look, now this candle's trying to push green. Apple's trying to push green as well. Staying patient, seeing if it's trying to stop people out. Oh man, there we go. Push higher. I'm going to add just one more contract on that pump higher. Due to the fact that, again, bears have been in control. I'm not a fan of the divergence that was made, but I know where my stop loss is. Again, I know how much I'm willing to lose on this trade, how much I'm willing to make on this trade, and I'm just staying patient, and I'm trading with the trend. And that trend has been bearish. There's no reason to counter trend trade. There's no reason to try to chase it long because we see a wick or two. We just have to stay really patient, let the market come to us. Look at that, Apple failing that zone again. It's really going to depend on how Apple closes as well for me, guys, because Apple, again, is a big indicator for ES and NQ. Getting some pullback again. I'm not liking that NASDAQ is holding this trend line. That's a big red flag for me right now. But I'm in a decent size of contracts. I have my stop loss. Definitely considering even... I'd say I'd consider reversing this trade, but again, I don't want to be counter trend trading. Bears have been winning lately. Apple is trying to push higher though, but it is in that area of interest that I would prefer to short. But if this trade goes against me, I stop out, so be it. Nice. Now think of all the people that went short down here because they saw that strength. They should have waited to get some contracts on the pullback. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the candle structure we're getting right here, but I'm also not a fan on playing long. So whenever I'm in a trade, guys, like I'm in a short right now, I would ask myself, while I'm in this short trade, if I exit out, would I want to go long here? And if the answer is no, then I have to second guess why would I exit this trade. Some nice drops. Let's see if we want to continue lower. VIX with the pop. I might scale out of a few contracts on the next drop, just to lock in some gains because the market has been choppy. It is Friday. The market's been having some really nice down moves lately. Let's check out what our daily looks like. Our daily looks strong. Again, if I'm looking at the daily, I do not want to be on the long side of this. I want to trade with the trend. Chopping around a little bit, no reason to get worried, no reason to get scared. And if you do get worried, scared, you're sweating, you're nervous in a trade, you're more likely too heavy in size. So Meta breaking demand zones, Tesla rejecting, really good stuff. This is exactly what I want to see to continue lower. The only thing I'm not a fan of is Apple, but it is still struggling near this area, so I could see Apple going lower as well. Just want to stay patient on this, guys. Got 2 minutes left in the 5 minute. Staying so patient. Want a nice, clean, strong drop. Target's down here, 43.38. First target would be somewhere near the lows. Coming back up. No reason to get scared. Let the market do its thing. Apple trying to push us higher. Meta's near a area of interest. Just staying patient in this trade. The market will, when you enter a trade, guys, the market is not going to go directly to your take profit. The market is going to chop around. The market's going to move around. The market's going to try to stop us out. When we enter a trade, we need to know where we're entering, where our stop loss is, and where our take profit is. And when we enter, everything in between those two is just noise. Something big that I'm watching, guys, again, is NASDAQ holding this key level. Really not a fan of that at all.
Hey, Kevin, speak for yourself. When I enter the market, it always goes the opposite direction. Hopefully it'll turn around, but sometimes it always dips before it climbs or vice versa.
Oh, man. Well, we got to change that up, man.
I agree. Today's actually a good day.
Good stuff. Good, good. Happy to hear that.
Yeah, I'm not going to fight the trend.
No way, Jose. Can't fight the trend until the trend bends. But again, though, we got to think of everybody who is bearish on this trend. Market might want to go bullish to try to stop people out, to try to grab some profits, to try to just go against us, right? Market likes going against the people. VIX is having some trouble pushing higher. We got 25 seconds in this candle. Really got to be careful how it closes. Not a fan of the VIX right now. Not a fan of how this candle's looking. Apple trying to push green. A lot of equities are trying to push green. I'm still holding this trade. We got 4 seconds, 3 seconds. If we close like that, though, yeah, see, nah. That's tough. That's tough. I'm staying patient in this trade, guys. I know my stop loss. I know my entry. Know how much I'm willing to lose on this trade. Know how much I'm willing to make on this trade. Yeah, I don't like that NASDAQ's holding that key level. That sort of does make me want to reverse this trade and go long. But I'm not going to go long based off of that alone. So I do have to stay patient. There we go. Nice drop. I'm going to scale out of just a few contracts. Maybe even just one right there to lock in some profits. Because when you scale out, you're locking in profits. And when you lock in those profits, that could be your stop loss, right? So that could turn it into a no-lose trade. Give me one more drop. Hit that stop. All right. Out of one contract, holding 5. Coming back up. Coming back up, coming back down, coming back up, coming back down. That's the market right now for us. Let's see if it wants to give us a nice strong move, though. Really need VIX to continue. Really need that. But we're having trouble right now. Yeah, really not a fan of how Nasdaq's looking. It does look like it wants to reverse higher, but I'm staying patient. VIX is trying to push lower. That is not a good sign for our short position. But again, if it's not at our stop loss, if it's not at our take profit, it is just noise. And if you're not willing to let it hit your stop loss, you're probably too heavy in size. I do think we might pop right here based off how the Nasdaq is moving. But again, it's not at my stop loss. I don't want to reverse it and then have it continue in my direction. Equities are trying to push higher. Tesla's a little weak though on it. Meta too. But gotta remember too, all these shorts this past few days, this past week, there's gotta be some type of short squeeze. Which I thought we got at the morning. But we have to see. Nasdaq trying to push higher than ES. Just staying patient. Gotta remember how the past few days the price action was moving. Price action has been moving low. Low, low, low. Just staying patient. Do. Do. Let's see if Apple wants to fall out this tree. So that's a hanging man candle on Apple. That's when we have a small body up here, long lower wick. A lot of people see this as buying pressure, pushed us higher, but a lot of times I see us fail after a candle like that. But I'm just staying patient. Staying patient. I'm looking at these lower wicks though. These lower wicks are telling me buyers have been stepping in and trying to push us higher. But just because we have lower wicks doesn't mean that we haven't been trending lower lately. So it all depends on what clues you read from the market and how you read the market. I do have my finger on the reverse button in case we do pop and pop with strength, because if that's the case, I'll reverse it, scalp a few points, and then get out. Staying patient though. We got a minute left in this 5 minute. Nice pop on the Nasdaq. Definitely not feeling it for ES right now. But I do like that ES has been much weaker than the Nasdaq. Although Nasdaq made the lower low, ES did not make a lower low yet. Got 30 seconds left. Staying patient. Market's chopping around. Market likes to chop around before it gives us a trend. So regardless of the trend direction, I will be ready to play it. Already in shorts. 12 seconds, 10 seconds. See if the market wants to give us a nice big push lower. Definitely not a fan of Nasdaq broke this little range here to go higher. But again, just staying patient on this. No reason to get in a long position here yet. VIX has been trying to push lower though, which is a bullish indicator, but VIX has been very high. VIX is very high up. VIX is at 18 right now. And the more we wick down here, the more liquidity we're grabbing from down here. So I'm expecting a nice push through that. Just like that. Very good. I might look to trim one more contract. I don't think I will. I think I'm just going to move my stop loss a little closer. Move it to, say, VWAP. Try to let this trade win. Because, again, bears have been in control. So if that's the case and I am in a short position, I want to let my winner run. Let our winners win and cut our losses short. Nice, nice. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. That's what we like to see. I'm gonna scale out of one contract again, sort of keep it safe. And once I scale out of that last contract, what that's going to do is that's going to really lock in that this will be closer to a no-lose trade. But I'm gonna want to scale out near the bottom of this wick, so I am staying patient. I might not want to scale out. This is looking too strong. Yeah, look at that, guys. Look at that, guys. Fantastic. I'll get out of one. I'll try to get out of one right there. Alright, I'm out of one more. Riding 4. Really good trade so far, guys. Really good stuff. Clean price action. NASDAQ new low of day. CFES wants to follow that strong down move. I am considering locking in profits here because we are wicking a bit, but we got 2 minutes in the 5 minute. And obviously, as you guys know, we could wick and make a nice big basing candle, or we could drop. So it all depends, right? We got 2 minutes. The market could do whatever it wants. I'm really not a fan of the divergence that's going on. NASDAQ's creating new lows. ES is not creating new lows. Not yet, at least. Entry was about here because I scaled out of some. I'm just staying patient, letting the candle do its thing. Let the market come to me. Minute 30 left. Not a fan of the rejection we're getting. Apple's holding VWAP. Meta's trying to make a lower high. But we're just staying patient. Not stopping out because we see a wick. We're just staying patient. Because if we stopped out every time we saw a wick, we would have stopped out a few candles ago and we would have missed this big drop.
Morning, Kevin.
Yo, Ricardo, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
I just scalped some nice. I just did a nice scalp on that sell off there.
Dude, that was
big
nice,
two candles.
right?
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Love to hear it.
I got out of there and take some profit. You know.
Good stuff, dude. Good stuff. Yeah, look at that wick, guys. Just like I said, the market could wick up for all we know on that candle because we had 2 minutes left on that drop. So I'm staying patient. It's a huge wick. My stop loss is now covered by my take profits that I scaled out of before. So I'm just staying patient. We got 20 seconds left. And we have a choppy market. Gotta remember it's Friday. Market loves to chop on Friday, especially after such a strong day. Such a strong week we've had. You know, we've had a really, really strong week. And a lot of people are short. A lot of people have been short. So it's just something to be aware of and be careful with. Yeah, I could see us reversing here, to be honest. Maybe do a little stop hunt. Maybe go above this wick right here. Yeah, NASDAQ pushing higher. We're coming up to VWAP. NASDAQ at that trend line, though. If NASDAQ doesn't respect this trend line on this one, I'm probably going to delete it.
There's tweezer bottom, I believe. Daily right now.
Tweezer bottom on the daily?
I see green tweezer bottom, but you don't have it on there, huh?
No, not on the daily. The daily's down here. We're closed down here. Tweezer would have to be all the way back up there. Definitely not liking the candle structure we're having right here. Apple is near the top of that area of interest I was watching, that broken demand zone. This might be a good area to grab another short position. Just want to stay patient. Just want to stay patient. VIX is choppy. Don't like a choppy VIX. Oh, nope, not liking that pump on NASDAQ either, though. So again, my stop loss right here. Thinking maybe I'll add another contract once we hit VWAP if we get a rejection. Because that would be another lower high on NASDAQ as well. Alright, there's VWAP. See if we reject from VWAP. See if we get a nice VWAP play. Bulls are trying hard right here. Bulls are trying really hard. We got 2 minutes in the 5 minute. Just staying patient. Think we get one more pump up to VWAP, try to trap some more bulls, and then we continue lower. Maybe. Just my thoughts. Got a minute 40 left. Apple above that area of interest I was watching. It rejected VWAP and tried to push higher. A lot of equities are strong right now, so that's something to be wary of as well. But a lot of equities are chopping too. Tesla's chopping. Nvidia sort of chopping. These are things we want to keep an eye on. Yep, that's right, Jimmy. Trend is your friend. We got a minute left in the 5 minute. Not looking too good for a VWAP rejection yet, but we still have that minute left. So just staying patient on this trade, right? We're not stopped out. You're a bit bullish, Jimmy. Be careful. Market knows what we're looking for. We got 40 seconds left. NASDAQ is pumping pretty strong. Equities are pretty strong as well. Just got to be patient and be careful. 30 seconds in the 5 minute. Let's let this candle close. Could pump these last few seconds, right? Could dump these past few seconds. So we're just staying patient. I was considering adding if we got back to VWAP, but now that we only have 5 seconds left, I'm not going to. But I do have my stop loss. I do know where I'm stopping out. I don't like the strength we just had there, but I also noticed that VIX has been having trouble going lower. So I'm just staying patient. Still in this short position. What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, everyone? Hope you guys are all having a great day and a great trading week. It is Friday. Don't forget, YouTube, we do have our webinar coming up on tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be creating a trading strategy for scalping, trading strategy for day trading, and a trading strategy for swing trading. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a very educational one, and it'll be very helpful. Yeah, part of me is considering stopping out of this trade because of how choppy we've been, but another part of me knows it did not hit my stop loss. I want to stay patient. But NASDAQ was pretty strong on that pump. Equities are pretty strong at the moment. Really need to see weakness in equities. That will help us go lower. What time are those classes? Those classes are 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays. We have webinars every Saturday at 6 p.m. This week is going to be the the trading strategy part 2 based off of last week's trading strategy webinar. And the following week I might do a trading lingo, like trading terms and lingo as a webinar, but I was also thinking maybe I'll just make that its own video itself. So we'll see. We got that nice VWAP rejection so far. Good stuff. That's why we have to know where our stop loss is and where our take profit is, because everything else is just noise. This pullback shouldn't have stopped you out unless you were too heavy in size. Then you shouldn't have been too heavy in size. That was an issue. It's something you should journal and try to work on. Gotta think of all the people that went long based off of these candles and are now getting swept. Yeah, Jimmy, they are recorded. If you check out our YouTube channel, you could go under the playlists and go to webinars. That's where we have all our previous webinars located. Let's see if we make a low of day from here, guys, because all those buyers who just got trapped in the market could add fuel to the fire. Nice pop on VIX, like to see that, but again guys, we're at this point where we got 2 minutes in this 5-minute candle. That's what happened on this candle, and then we ended up wicking all the way back higher again. So part of me is considering scaling out, another part of me is saying trend is our friend, so I am going to stay patient. Gotta remember too though, it is Friday. A lot of times we won't get a smooth trend on Fridays, especially after the smooth trend we had this whole week. This whole week has just been Bear City. Minute 30 in the 5-minute. Staying patient. VIX is staying strong, that's what I want to say. ES is staying lower. We're staying patient. Good drops. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go now. Definitely going to consider scaling out of some depending on how this candle closes. Again, due to the fact that we have been sort of rangy. We've been choppy today. So because we've been choppy, targeting a new low of day is a little risky. We got 48 seconds left. VIX is staying strong. Let's see if we get another big drop lower. There we go, NASDAQ. Lead us. Lead us. NASDAQ. Let's see. Apple has a nice rejection candle too. Just staying patient. Staying super patient. 20 seconds left in the 5-minute. Could wick up. Could drop lower. We have to stay patient. Definitely going to consider scaling out of, maybe I'll scale out of, I want to scale out of one. I'm holding 4 contracts right now. I do want to let the winners win, so I am just going to stay a little patient on this. See how we're bouncing around? We're very choppy. There's no continuation anywhere. There's pops, there's drops, there's pops, there's drops, pops, drops. So just staying patient. Considering grabbing another short position on this pop, thinking that we don't continue higher. But we have to see. VIX had a little bit of a gap lower before this candle opened. When VIX goes lower, the market goes higher, and vice versa. But I'm staying patient. I want to see how this candle closes. If this candle closes a green, small body, long upper wick, we'll take some shorts on the NASDAQ. If it closes green and it sort of comes up here, I might even stop out before it hits my exit. And the reason for that is because the market has been choppy, and I don't want to be caught up in a choppy market. And guys, that's especially important for those of you who trade options, because options have theta decay and all of that stuff, and that could really run against you in a choppy market. Cheers, Kevin. I was with BB before and just getting back after a year break. Alright, cool, Jimmy, cool. We would love to have you back in the community. It's a great community to be in. We go live every day. I go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Jeremy goes live Tuesday, Thursday. It's really a good community to be part of. It's always good to be a part of a community when you're trading, even if you're a trader with experience, a new trader. It's good to be part of a community because then you sort of get the whole more two heads is better than one type situation. You could feed off each other, you could learn from each other. And the best part about community too is there's other members, so it's not just, oh, I'm in the community for the Bullish Bears moderators. No, I'm part of this community and I'm getting along with this other member, or I'm getting along with this member, you know? And it's good to make friends as well that trade the same thing, because then you have something to talk about with them. Because I'm sure, like myself, guys, I don't really know too many people in real life that are into the stock market like that, you know, until I go visit Wall Street. But until then, you know, you guys are my friends. You guys are the homies, and that's what a community is all about. That's why it's a
Oh,
community.
yeah.
Absolutely, of course. So we got 220 left in this 5 minute. I'm staying super patient. VIX is still trying to pump higher, but it did have that little gap lower. It is staying in this tight range. But I'm staying patient because my entry was over here. I'm just staying patient. VIX trying to drop lower again. VIX is sort of making some higher lows over here though. And higher lows on the VIX is bullish on the VIX, and when VIX is bullish, the market is bearish. So just stay patient. Just staying patient. Apple getting a little weak. Microsoft a little weak. Meta's sort of trying to go bullish here. Meta's definitely a good key for today and for this week, really, because Meta has been strong to the downside. Alright, there's that pullback sort of coming near my entry. Entry point was about there. Just staying patient. Gonna push higher, coming near my entry. That is okay. Still creating these lower highs on NASDAQ. At this point, I wouldn't consider adding to my position because we're in a range. If we were in more of a trend and this was just a basic pullback, I would definitely add to it, but because we're in a range, I'm not adding to it. And this is, guys, great reasons why we scale out of position sometimes, right? If I didn't scale out here, I'd be more red on this trade, but because I scaled out, that's covering my loss if we do end up reversing. Definitely a strong candle. Not a fan of it. Sort of a harami candle, H-A-R-A-M-I. And that's going to be part of the Trading Lingo video as well. I go over different types of candle formations. So I'm just staying patient. I think we chop. I think we drop again. But I'm just staying patient. Can't get into the market based off I think. We have to get into the market based off of confirmations. Yeah, it looks like NASDAQ really wants to bring us higher. Equities are trying to push higher. Meta's strong. Considering reversing this trade, but if I reverse it up here, I would be buying at the highs and I would be selling at the lows, and that's not how we want to trade. We want to sell at the highs and buy at the lows. Strong pop on that. NQ back at VWAP. VIX again trying to break out of the range to the downside. Gotta see if it fails though. See how that buying and selling pressure's doing. YouTube, don't forget, guys, hit that like button. Like and subscribe. We go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday for you guys on YouTube, and Monday through Friday for our community. Yeah, nice pushes, nice pushes. Strong pushes, alright. Staying patient, staying patient. Not at my stop yet. Staying patient. At this point, I'd sort of consider grabbing another contract because my stop is now only 3 points away, and that would average me up. But I'm not going to do that because then again, if it does run against me, it will be a larger loss. So I'm staying patient. I'm in this trade. I have my contracts. I'm waiting. Market looks like it's just stop hunting left and right. It's not the kind of market we want to be trading in. Staying patient. And if I stop out of this trade, I still have my trade setups up here that I was looking for, my trade plans up there that I was looking for. VIX has some strength in it, so again, that is a little bit of a red flag on this trade. Yeah, I do think we might see a stronger pop after this. Just gotta stay patient. I'm still in this trade. It did not hit my stop loss yet. Gotta respect the stop loss. And there it is. Alright, we stopped out. That's alright. We're chilling. We are waiting. I actually didn't stop out. I didn't have a stop loss in there. I will now put a stop loss in there. So if it goes back up there, because I'm thinking it's stop hunting, right? People who put their stop losses here, it just wicked above, it might be stop hunting. So with that being said, that would have been a tough stop hunt because it would have stopped me out and then it would have went back lower. So we got a minute 14 left, and as we've seen, we've been getting pumps and then we've been dumping back and reversing whenever we have like a minute left in the 5-minute candles lately. So I'm just staying patient, staying super, super patient. VIX rejecting a key level. NASDAQ failed that high. Trying to push higher again. I am considering adding one more contract to this to average down my position. But I don't want to be getting in too heavy in a choppy market. 30 seconds left. See if it wants to give us one more little pop. If it pops above one more time, yeah, there it is. Just like that. I'm going to add one more contract and just stay patient. Six seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just staying patient on this. Market's having a tough time going lower, something I'm acknowledging. VIX has been dropping. That is bullish. But I'm staying patient because these bull moves have not been living and we are creating lower highs. So until that's proven otherwise, I'm not taking any long positions. Yeah, I'm probably going to stop out of this trade. I'll add one more contract there. If it does give me one more pump, I will just stop out. How are equities doing? Equities are strong. Meta's strong right now. You know, guys, we've got to get that short squeeze. Everybody who was short in the market is now getting squeezed out. Maybe if it gives us a pullback, I'll reverse this trade and try to take it long. But again, that would be buying at the highs, and we don't want to buy the highs. We want to sell the highs, buy the lows. Yeah, it's not looking good for this short position right now. Just staying patient. No reason to rush in, no reason to rush out. VIX at a key level. Apple getting some pullback. Microsoft's getting some pullback. Nvidia's trying to break above VWAP but is having a tough time. Gotta think also, guys, everybody who's taking trades this week that are profitable, they're taking their profits and they're taking Friday off. They had a great trading week, they're taking the day off. They're closing their positions in the morning and they're done. Yeah, it does feel like we're going to go higher from here, guys, so I am being very careful with this short position. Not going to reverse it up here, but I would stop out up here. Yeah, there's that stop area. Now NASDAQ seems weaker, so I'm just staying patient with this. Got a minute 53 left, 2 minutes left in the 5-minute. See if it wants to reject, see if it just hit a bunch of stop orders and wants to reject. And this is why we scale out too, guys. I scaled out, and that scale out is now covering my loss on this trade. So it doesn't only become a no-lose trade, but it's a stress-free trade. We don't want to be stressing when we're trading, guys. If we're stressing when we're trading, we're too heavy in size, period. Yeah, ES seems a bit stronger than NASDAQ right now. Going to yeah, I'm gonna stop out of that. May even reverse it for a couple contracts to see if we do have that strength higher. Do have VIX pushing lower with strength. Just staying patient now, guys. Gotta be cool, calm, collected with it, guys. There's no reason to be antsy, no reason to be like nervous. It's not how we trade. So I stopped out of this position. I scaled out down here. That's alright, we're chilling. We got 15 seconds in the 5-minute. Does look strong. Does look like we want to continue. I'm staying patient. I'm in a light long position. Very light. VIX is weak. It's what we like to see. Not a fan of the structure that NASDAQ gave us, but bulls do have control at the moment. So this is a reason why we don't buy the highs, guys. Or if we do buy the highs, you start that position very light. See how Friday we're very choppy, whereas yesterday, the past few days, we've just been dropping, dropping. We popped, we dropped. So I'm just staying patient. I do like that NASDAQ, a little bit of a liquidity grab candle right there, but it's coming back to VWAP, see if VWAP wants to support it. Look at that rejection, guys. That's tough. Staying very patient on this candle. We're just waiting. Bulls have been showing their strength. Bears have also been showing their strength this week, so we just want to stay patient. See if we get another drop on the VIX to help support us higher. And then the next area I want to short is this 30-minute supply zone. Got 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the 5-minute. I think we pop and push green on this candle. I think. Think. Can't trade off thinking though. Gotta trade off price action, order flow, all that. Staying patient. 2 minutes in the 5-minute. See what it wants to do. Let's check out the higher time frames, guys. What's the 30-minute doing, right? 30-minute could have been making a basing before a pop, so that could be a 30-minute demand zone created if we continue higher. What else we got? The hourly, not much on the hourly. 45-minute, what's going on with that? Nothing really. Oh, let's check out the 5-minute. Look at that. Popped green for a second, so let's wait and see. There's one more strong pop. I'd prefer this candle did close a little red though, so we could have that little pullback before we continue higher, if we continue higher. Got 45 seconds left. Staying as patient can be. Equities do seem a little weak, but they have been more overall bullish today, even though price action has been bearish. So we're just staying really patient. 30 seconds in the 5-minute. Times it. It's 10:50, so we're just staying patient with this, guys. Guys, I want to make a vote. Take a vote. Who trades futures and who trades options? I'm curious on what we have more of in our community: options traders or futures traders. Futures. All right. And guys in the Discord, yeah, if you want to comment in the main chat channel, definitely let me know. Futures or options? Futures, alright. Or both. You know, you could always trade both. Right now, futures doing SPX options. Alright, cool. Like it, I like it. Look at this pullback. Nasty. Yeah, see, this is a tough market to trade, guys. And again, the reason for that is how strong the market has been to the downside this week. It is Friday. These are all things we have to take note of. Only options, crazy. And hey, options are fine. Nothing's wrong with trading options. Options are great. The VIX indicator has a lag, right? It does have a little bit of a lag, nothing too crazy. But it's obviously also not going to be giving like straight away like buy now, sell now signals. I just grabbed a couple long contracts, but stop loss is very tight on it because of the market structure we've had. It's just very, very rangy. Yeah. Not a fan of any trades really right now. And guys, if the market structure doesn't give us something obvious or doesn't give us what we're looking for, what our plan is, then we don't take those trades. I use UVXY and SQQQ side by side, their inverse. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. Good stuff. Oh man, look at that. Let's see if that's stop hunting, right? See if we want to reverse back higher again. See if we want to continue lower. We're just staying patient with this, guys. Just staying patient. No reason to rush into trades. No, definitely no reason to go heavy into trades right now. Not at all. Let's see, we got a minute 17 in the 5 minute. Let's see if it wants to give us a big wick back up, right? The market today has just been so wicky. Wicky, wicky, wicky. Market thinks it's a DJ today. Get it? Because wiki, wiki, wiki. I know, I'm too funny. Should quit trading and go be a comedian. NASDAQ weak, equities sort of pulling back. Meta trying to push back higher. Microsoft had a little pullback trying to push higher. Same with Apple, had a pullback but trying to push back higher. There we go. Just staying patient. Got 10 seconds in the 5 minute. Let's see. This is a tough market, guys. Really tough market. When the market is tough like this, we're best off not taking any trades or scalping, being in and out very quick. But regardless, we should always be following a trade plan. See if it wants to give us a pop, see if it wants to give us a drop. Market just wants to go flip-flop, over and over. No continuation, no trend, just very choppy. We are above VWAP on ES, not on NQ. Very tough market, very tricky market. See if we get a pop. Target would be this 30-minute supply zone. We are at a key level and seeing some resistance. Give us a strong pop. I am in a few long contracts, just a few, going really light in size today, guys, because this market is just awful. Awful. Yeah, this thing's terrible right now to trade. Do you think it's better to follow higher allocated stocks of futures rather than following futures itself time entry? Sometimes I use them to help time my entry. Like I'll look for Apple strength, I'll look for Meta, Microsoft, those types of stocks to have strength for continuation, or I'll look for them to even have pullbacks right before continuation. But I definitely do use them to help time my entries, to help time my exits, to look for places to exit, to look for places to enter, and so on. This market's gross. This market is gross. Ew. That's why this whole week, guys, we've been getting trend after trend after trend to the downside. So we have to assume there's going to be a day where we have chop to grab liquidity to stop people out. People who are trying to force trades, they get stopped out. They try to target lows, we're not going to lows. They try to target highs, we're not going to highs. And it's just a tough market to trade. It's not something we want to be caught in because that's when we start losing more than we should. When we start losing more than we should, we have to make sure that our winners from the previous days are really taking over our losses. Now it looks like it wants to pump. Now it looks like it wants to dump. I'll scale out of a couple there on that little pump, but honestly, again, this is a really, really tough spot. This is a tough market. Got a minute left in this 5 minute. I want to see a strong pump. VIX is trying to drop. Last few times VIX has dropped, we did get a small bit of a trend. So that is what I'm going on. Target is this 4376. Yay. So again, guys, because we're so choppy, every pop we get, I'm going to be scaling out. We got 39 seconds left. Give us one more small pop. I'll scale out of some more. Alright, scaling out of a few more contracts. Now I'm back in 6. 20 seconds left. See if this pop wants to have some strength to it, right? Maybe we'll get 2 strong candles to the upside and that'll be the only trend we get for the rest of the day. Well, let's be part of that. Alright, getting a little something. Getting a little something. Good pops, good pops. Going to scale out of a few more contracts. Right there. Scale out of 2 more. Holding 4. I do want that pop up to this 30-minute supply zone. But I'm not trusting the pops, guys. Really can't trust them at all. There we go. There we go. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Scale out of a couple more. Now I'm only holding 2. Good stuff. Good pop. All we need is that one good trade a day, guys. Give me one more pop. About 2 points away from my target. But we got 347 left, and what we've been doing, we've been popping for the first minute or 2, and then we've been wicking right back. So I'm really staying patient. I scaled out of most of my position. I am waiting to see if we hit continuation to that 4376.50. Then I will exit my full position. Oh, so close, so close. Putting my sell order right there, so it will automatically hit when we hit there. Yeah, Jimmy, I switched my bias to longs based off of the price action we've been getting, and one of my original trade plans today was to short this 30-minute supply zone. So now, because I grabbed longs based off of VWAP, my target is this 30-minute supply zone, and I've been scaling out on each pop. And the reason I've been scaling out on each pop is because every time we get a pop or a drop in the market, we've been getting a lot of pullback. Got 236 left. Let's see if we get one more strong pop. Futures price model is the same as stock price model for yes, sort of. What same I don't really get the question you're asking. I'm sorry, Jackson. If your name's not Jackson, I apologize about that, so. Alright, let's see if we get that pop to that target. NASDAQ with some strength. Strong NASDAQ. Let's see if it wants to bring ES with it. It's having trouble, though. Futures, equities are looking good. Meta's sort of at a key level right now, though, so I am being careful with that. Part of me wants to close this position before it hits my final target due to the fact that we have been wicking. And I do want to lock in those gains. But I am staying patient. Got a minute 26 left. Nice drop on the VIX. For example, if Apple stock is 177, but their option contract is significantly lower. Yeah. Yeah. So like SPY option, SPY has a lot of 0 days. SPY and QQQ have 0 days every day of the week. So those 0-day options are a lot cheaper. Alright, let's see if we get that pop. Let's see if we hit that target. So close. A point and a half away. Come on. Go. I'm asking if I pay 4,300 to get one. No, that's not how it works with futures. Futures contracts all depends on margin and what you're trading. So like on Tradeovate as a platform, you could trade MES, which is the micro of ES, with only $100 account, right? So that's really great. We could use that margin to our ability, right? So if I'm trading a micro and it is a $100 account and you need at least $50 in that account to trade a micro. Oh, we're so close to that target, guys. So close. We're right there. Give me a pop. Pop it. It's right there. It's a tick away. Oh, man. That's funny. Anyways, yeah, so like Tradeovate, you would pay $50 per micro contract. It all depends on the broker that you're using, and yeah, like again, Tradeovate is $50 per micro contract, and that would be $5 a point. So I would definitely suggest if you're getting started with futures to start with Tradeovate, because also Tradeovate you could connect right to TradingView. That way you could place your orders on a TradingView chart. And you could chart on TradingView, because TradingView has a lot cleaner charts than Tradeovate does. Tradeovate's charts are a little crappy. Not crappy, but not the best. TradingView has really great charts and really great software. Guys, we're like a tick away from that final target. There we go. We're going to get it right here. It's really funny. The market's like, I don't feel like it. Part of me wants to exit this trade again, lock in the profits. Another part of me is like, we're 2 ticks away. No problem, no problem. Yeah, I know. Futures seem a little scary at first because it's such high numbers, such high prices. But all in all, you got to read it more as not how much is it per contract, but how much is it going to move per contract. So if you're trading ES, it's $50 per point. If you're trading MES, it's $5 a point. That's why I'm personally more of a fan of MES because then I'm able to get multiple contracts and scale out as I please or scale in as I please. What else is there? MNQ and NQ. So NQ is $20 a point, which in my mind is absurd because of how fast it moves. And MNQ is $2 a point. So I would go with MNQ and trade 2, 4, 6 contracts, 8 contracts, and try to get a good move with that. Yo, we're futzing around near my final take profit, guys. Part of me wants to close this trade out. Another part of me is like, add to it. You know what I'm thinking, and this has happened a few times now. 1 point meaning $1. So if it's 4368 and it goes to 4370, that's a 2 point move because we don't call those moves dollar moves in futures. We call them points. So a point would be from 4366 to 4367, and a tick would be 0.25, right? So if it moves 1 tick, then it's moving 0.25. If it moves 1 point, then it's moving $1 essentially. Oh, what I was going to say was I'm feeling like because we're sort of stalling before this spot up here, I think we're stalling before we pop right through it. Yeah, NQ is crazy, man, because, like, even on this choppy market, this move right here was 50 points. You think 50 points, $20 a contract, $20 a point, 20 times 50, you're looking at $1,000 right there in a choppy market. Now imagine it went against you, though. So it's really a tough one to trade. It's something you got to be careful with. Look at this pullback, guys. That is something. I'm going to add one more contract on that. Just one more. Because it is sort of basing at the bottom of this 3-hour demand zone that broke before. And my stop loss is going to be this key level right here. So it is a no-lose trade based off of my prior entry down here. I'm just staying patient on this. We got 20 seconds left. I want to see a strong, strong wick. And after this trade, guys, I am going to be calling it a day. I do hope you guys have a great day, a great trading day. Hope you guys caught some trades today. It was a tough market to trade. And don't forget to join our webinar tomorrow, guys. Webinar is going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to be creating some trading strategies. Come on, give me that final take profit. Give me my target. It's my target, and I want it now. One strong pop, I will exit this trade in total. I'm going to actually exit just one contract right here because I think we're going to blow through this zone. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna get out of that one contract right there. I'm just staying patient. We got 352 left. Alright, out of that one, still holding the 2. And there's our take profit. There's our final target. Woohoo! I did want to hold, thinking that we will go higher into this zone. But I'm going to exit right there. I'm going to exit right there. We are all out. We are green on this tough trading day. And that's how we do. Yeah, you see. So what I've noticed, guys, here's a little tip and trick, and I should only be sharing this with our community, but YouTube, I'll give you guys this one as well. A lot of times, if we like stall out before we hit that zone, we'll pump through it a little bit stronger, right? So a lot of times we use these zones as areas where we'll reverse. If we start pulling back before that zone, a lot of times that pullback is a fake out. So there's the top of this 3-hour demand zone that was broken before. So this is a broken zone. I am going to delete that. See how it ticked it? It wicked it. VIX has been dropping. That gives us our sign to go long. And that's it. Just gotta keep it cool, calm, collective. Keep it chill. And yeah. Do think we get to like up here though. If we hold this this 3-hour, I'll turn that into a key level. Looks like we want to blow through it though. Yeah, NASDAQ with strength. There we go. I'll let this candle close and then I'm going to wrap it up, guys. If you guys got any questions in the Discord, definitely drop it in the main chat. Any questions in YouTube, definitely drop it in the comments. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. We go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday for you guys. Eventually, I think we're going to knock it down to Monday, Friday, or Wednesday, Friday. It will depend. And yeah, this is a good trading day. Well, it's a choppy trading day, but we made it out green. That's all that matters. And we have to be able to acknowledge when we're in a choppy day, right? At this point in the market, right here at 10:15, I acknowledged we're in a very choppy market. Then we were able to reverse. I was able to get some longs near VWAP, and we were able to target this 30-minute supply zone. So we got our one good trade in for the day that made up for a potential loss that we took earlier, and so on. So alright guys, any questions, let me know. Got a minute left in this 5-minute. It's looking strong, but what I would note here is that NASDAQ is not at these highs like ES is. So I would just be a little careful. Equities are pushing strong. I want to see where that Meta option closed, because holy moly. Meta was at, so this is the put we were watching, and I'm going to copy this. No, that's the call. No, yeah, that's the put. That's the put. No, it's this one. And I will show you guys exactly what we did on Wednesday. And I'm pretty sure this probably hit 20. That's crazy. So we got these contracts Wednesday around here for $1.40 per contract. And the reason we got those was because we were failing this key level of 300, this key psychological area, this key psychological level. So we grabbed some puts on these higher lows right over here for about 150, right? Then our target was down here at this demand zone, and that would have netted us 100% return, right? But if we were looking to swing it because the market has been bearish and use other targets, we would have swung it to the next day, which gapped down. And when we gapped down, we opened at 400 on those contracts. Then we went lower, which again brought us higher on those contracts. Chopped around for a little bit. But what happened, we continued on a strong bear move, right? Targeting this 30-minute demand zone, targeting this key level. And by doing that, we were able to then hold until it hit the 8s, right? And then it closed at 10, which is $1,000 per contract. We got in at $150. What happened the following day, which is today, I said in the chat yesterday that we're probably going to gap down, that contracts will probably be even higher. That thing went all the way up to $16 a contract. That's $1,600 a contract. Like, that move is crazy, guys. Like, let's see the 15-minute. And let's do our little, if you use the trendline tool, guys, it's a good way to measure things because you do it from wherever you entered to wherever you would exit, and it will give you that percent return. So let's say we did exit 1875, we got in around 15. Oh, it's not gonna show it because the thing's up there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring it down a little bit, and we're going to go like that, and that's a 1,250% return on investment. Guys, that's insane. Investment banking, all that stuff, when you invest your money with banks and in institutions, they offer 5 to 10% return. 1,250% return. Even if you didn't get the full move, over 1,000% return is mind-blowing. Guys, like, talk about letting your winners win, winners run. That's insane. That's crazy. That's great stuff. And a lot of times you'll get those types of moves if we have volatility and movement in the market and it's a Wednesday and it continues from Wednesday to Thursday to Friday, because that move, and if you're trading these weekly options, will really pay off. Alright guys, I hope you guys are able to take some nice trades. Hey, look at that. I said we were probably going to blow right through it. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright guys, have a great day, have a great trading day, a great weekend, happy Friday, and don't forget to join our webinar tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be creating some trading strategies, and that one I'm going to be asking you guys, what indicators do you use, what indicators do you want to try to use in this strategy. I'll be showing you guys how I back test, and so on. We'll be creating a scalping strategy, a day trading strategy, and a swing trading strategy. Alright, take care everyone, happy trading.